As many kids get ready to head back to school, a new set of guidelines giving us an idea of what the classroom will look like when they return. One of the main highlights, a mask mandate, what local school districts are saying about the new rule.
State and local officials teaming up to expand a program in San Diego aimed at preventing gun violence and which allows courts to step in and seize people's firearms.
And a big opportunity from Habitat for Humanity, looking to make several San Diegans homeowners. Details on the program and the commitment required. ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Virginia Cha.
And I'm Jim Patton. Good to have you here. As school districts prepare for the first day of school, they are also adjusting the guidance handed down by the state regarding mask requirements on campus.
Let's get to ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell, who's live outside the County Board of Education office. Marie, there's been a lot of confusion about the state's latest announcement.
Yeah, Virginia, so I've been talking to school districts in our area, and the confusion seems to be because the state sent out two statements in a matter of hours. But these local school district officials, they tell me the bottom line is masks will be required on campus. As preparations are underway for back to school for many districts in our area, this will mean more students back on campus. And just as these details are being finalized, Monday, the state released new guidance regarding mask wearing on campus. They initially said students in K through 12 who refuse to wear a mask will not be let onto campus grounds. But then a few hours later, the state sent another message changing that, saying, quote, California's school guidance will be clarified regarding mask enforcement, recognizing local schools' experience in keeping students and educators safe. San Diego Unified School Board President Richard Barrera says what this means is it will be up to the districts to enforce the mask rules.
The state is requiring that all students wear masks indoors while they are on campus.
And Barrera says the district agrees with this rule. This fall, they will require all of their students to wear masks on campus, regardless of their vaccination status.
And we don't want to see bullying or harassment or division, between our students on our campuses.
Aside from that, San Diego Unified has also spent money updating its classroom ventilation system to improve air quality. ABC 10 News checked in with other districts in our area and have learned Sweetwater Union High School District, which is set to start their school year next week, will also require masks on campus. Other districts like Poway Unified say they still need to discuss what the state's latest mask guidance will mean for their return to campus rules, as students in that district will also be returning full-time 5 days a week. Barrera also tells me for the parents who are concerned about having their student wear masks on campus, they will offer sit-down meetings with a nurse and other health experts so they can discuss the best option for that student. Live outside the Board of Education, Marie Cornell, ABC 10 News.
Marie, thank you very much. Well, COVID-19 case numbers are creeping back up in San Diego County. New COVID numbers released by the county show hundreds of new cases reported over the weekend. As of late Monday, 829 new cases were reported since last Friday, meaning the daily average nearly doubled over the weekend. Total count now is at nearly 285,000.
We had gotten a little bit sleepy and hadn't had a few cases in a while, and we're enjoying that time. But then after July the 4th, this is when we would expect it.
Dr. Davey Smith says the Delta variant could be to blame for the increase. As of Friday, there were 54 confirmed Delta cases in San Diego. 4 people have been hospitalized and 1 person died. There could be even more cases unreported because not every positive COVID test is sequenced to figure out the exact makeup of the virus. The county will now update case information on a daily basis again, not just twice a week.
Well, that's coming amid some new questions about the vaccine rollout. While Pfizer pushes for clearance for a booster shot, the FDA is now issuing a new warning about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. ABC's Rena Roy has the details.
Tom Gorman of New York got the Johnson & Johnson shot in March. A few weeks later, his legs were weak. Then he completely lost the ability to walk.
I used to be very, very athletic, and now I'm confined to a wheelchair.
Emergency room tests revealed he had Guillain-Barré syndrome, or GBS, which causes the immune system to attack nerve cells, causing muscle weakness, and in extreme cases, paralysis. And now the FDA warning the single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccine may slightly increase the risk of getting that rare disease.
We're still figuring out whether it's really related, but given that it's been shown with other vaccines, it's been shown with infections, it would not be surprised if it ends up being a real association, but a very, very rare one.
The CDC investigating just 100 out of nearly 13 million doses, the symptoms showing up primarily in men aged 50 and older about 2 weeks after vaccination. According to officials, the syndrome has not been seen in people vaccinated with Moderna and Pfizer's mRNA shots, but still they stress the benefits of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine outweigh the risks.
I'm pro-vaccine. I'm just one of the unfortunate ones that got the Guillain-Barré.
Meantime, Pfizer pushing forward with a possible booster shot, meeting with the FDA to discuss the third dose on Monday to plan for the future. Dr. Anthony Fauci on CNN.
We might need, as a matter of fact, at some time, to give boosters either across the board or to certain select groups.
This as hospitalizations increased by at least 20% in 12 states over the last 2 weeks. Health officials in Arkansas tell us most of the patients they're seeing are unvaccinated, and experts say that's really the case across the country, with the Delta variant spreading rapidly amongst those who have not gotten their shots. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
City of San Diego is getting millions of dollars from the state to bolster a program that allows courts to step in to try to prevent gun violence. That's through the use of what's called a gun violence restraining order, which allows authorities to remove someone's access to their firearms if red flags have been raised and courts have deemed them a potential threat to others. SDPD Chief David Nislight and its City Attorney Mara Elliott are meeting with the State Attorney General right now to discuss this program and the funding. And that $1 million will go toward further training of local officers and agencies. Team 10 here at ABC 10 News is following that meeting right now and is going to bring us an in-depth report later today.
Well, a woman is under arrest and a homicide investigation is underway after a man was shot and killed in Lemon Grove overnight. Deputies responded to a 911 call from a woman saying her husband had been shot. When deputies arrived, they found the man with a gunshot wound at a home on Camino de las Palmas. Crews tried to treat him at the scene. They rushed him to a hospital, but he later died. The man's wife has now been arrested and charged with murder.
Today marks 10 years since Rebecca Zahau was found dead at Spreckles Mansion in Coronado. A decade later, questions still remain, and her family says they are still seeking justice. In 2011, Zahau's death was ruled a suicide. In 2018, a jury in a civil trial found that the brother of Zahau's boyfriend liable for her death, though he's maintained his innocence throughout. Yesterday, the family filed a 153-page complaint asking the Sheriff's Department to release documents from the investigation. Coming up at 11:30, we're going to talk to the family's attorney about that. And after years of legal battles, what comes next? Stay tuned for that.
Funeral services are set for Father Joe Carroll, who died over the weekend. His funeral is being held at St. Rita's Catholic Church in Lincoln Park next Tuesday. Father Joe died over the weekend after dealing with diabetes and after decades of work to help San Diego's homeless, emphasizing the need for services that went beyond providing shelter. Father Joe was 80 years old.
Habitat for Humanity building 6 homes in San Diego right now, and the application process to own one will open up later this week.
ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie is in National City to explain how it'll work.
It's amazing to be able to work with families and know that the stability of home ownership will benefit them as well as their children. There's no better feeling.
Shayna Hensley reviews applications for Habitat for Humanity, and she works with families to see if they qualify for ownership. These 6 townhomes going up right now at Harding Avenue and West 18th in National City are the latest affordable homes being built in the area. And the application process to own one is about to open up.
We're going to have an orientation that goes live online July 19th.
People have 1 week to watch, either in English or in Spanish, and you can apply after that. Habitat says they'll review each application, and they know that there will be a lot of them.
because homeownership is so expensive here in San Diego, a lot of our families, until they heard about the Habitat for Humanity program, didn't think homeownership was possible. So it's wonderful to be able to be building beautiful homes here in San Diego that our partner families can purchase.
You also have to commit to giving some sweat equity, 250 hours worth. The homes here expected to be done sometime next May. In National City, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Habitat for Humanity is nearing completion on a project in Encinitas and is about to break ground on 10 homes in Escondido.